The morning began like any other. Emily Harris, 16 years old, left her family's modest home with a backpack on her shoulder. She smiled at her mother on the doorstep, waved goodbye, and promised she'd be home in time for dinner. She never was. When Emily didn't arrive at school, her teachers assumed she was late. When she missed her first 2 classes, they assumed she was sick. But by lunchtime, word reached her parents. Emily had never made it to school at all. That was the moment panic set in. Her parents called her cell phone again and again. No answer. Hours passed, and then detectives were brought in. What chilled investigators most was that Emily's phone wasn't dead. In fact, it was still pinging, moving along roads that Emily never traveled. The GPS led police down a twisting, deserted road on the outskirts of town. A road lined with tall weeds, crumbling fences, and abandoned barns. The kind of place you'd never expect a schoolgirl to end up. And yet, that's exactly where her trail went cold. At the site, detectives found fresh tire tracks etched into the dirt. Someone had pulled off the road. Someone had waited. And someone had taken Emily. As investigators dug into Emily's life, they uncovered details that didn't quite add up. Friends described her as bright, motivated, and kind, but also distracted, even frightened, in the days leading up to her disappearance. One friend revealed a disturbing text Emily had sent just the night before. It read, "I don't feel safe anymore, but don't tell anyone. Promise." Detectives now had their first clue that Emily's disappearance wasn't random. Someone had been watching her. Someone she knew. Suspicion soon shifted toward a man everyone in the neighborhood trusted. A close family friend. He had offered Emily rides in the past. He had spent time at their home. But when police asked where he was that morning, his story was shaky. He claimed he hadn't left home. Yet GPS data from his own car told a very different story. His vehicle had been on that same isolated road at the exact time Emily's phone pinged there. When detectives confronted him, he grew defensive, insisting he'd simply gone for a drive. But there was something else, his shoes. Mud clung to the soles, the exact same mud found at the rural site. Then came the most haunting discovery. Fragments of Emily's shattered phone, hidden beneath the weeds. Miraculously, part of the last message she ever typed was still visible. It read, "If anything happens, it's him." The suspect was brought into interrogation. For hours, he denied everything. But as detectives pushed harder, contradictions began to slip through his story. He claimed he hardly saw Emily, yet neighbors remembered seeing him near her school. He claimed